Good morning, everyone. My name's Terry Rooch, and this is Serious Automotive Training. I'm coming to you from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania today, all the way down here in Adams County. Going back to our modules, this is module number 8 for a series of Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Safety Inspection, Certification, and Recertification Prep. Again, my courses have nothing to do with PennDOT or Bureau of Motor Vehicles. So this is free training from me, and we're all the way up to module 8. So we're continuing with definitions. We have one more phase of definitions before we start covering publication 45, a little bit more in depth. So today I just want to take 15 minutes of your time to refresh the mechanic, the station owner, or the vehicle owner on more of the information that's available through the PennDOT Motor Vehicle website or the PennDOT training portal for the recertification process for the inspection mechanic. So today I want to talk about trailers. Why are trailers important? Because they're following you no matter what. You're hooked up to it, you can't get rid of it, so it's got to be safe. So we're going to talk about trailers today, but the first thing I want to do is I want to explain something that came across an email to me this week at SeriousAutoTraining@yahoo.com. I got an email from a person all the way up in Tioga County in Pennsylvania, and Tioga County is on the top of the state, so it's one of our non-emission states. It's one of the 42 that doesn't require emissions inspection. Although, don't forget, they perform an enhanced safety inspection where now they have to check emission components back to day 1. So there is no cutoff year for that. And we talked about that previously. So the question is, Mr. Rooch, as far as inspecting a vehicle, do I need to pass a vehicle that is equipped with a temporary spare, a T-tire? Well, let's look at that two ways. Do you want to chase a customer out the door and say, no, I will not safety inspect your vehicle? You could safety inspect that vehicle, but you need to reject it. Obviously, for the tire, that temporary tire is not able to allow that vehicle to pass. And we'll talk more about this down the road. But it was a good question. It's not of the same style or type that's designed for the car, and it's not obviously the same as the other one on the other side of the axle. So if a vehicle comes in with a temporary tire, or a trailer for that fact, tell the customer it won't pass. But you will inspect that vehicle because you don't want to chase them out the door and say, listen, I cannot inspect your vehicle, because you got the whole entire vehicle to check. So obviously it's going to fail. You'll reject it. You'll log it. Try and sell him a tire. If you can't, he comes back. You got to start the whole thing all over again. So good question from all the way up in Tioga County. So some of the information we're going to use today, we're going to talk about the MV120. We're going to talk about cardboard plates, in-transit plates. And we're going to get into one bulletin. I have a bulletin here from August of 2005 regarding trailers. And again, our source today will be publication 194, which is the Trucker's Handbook. So let's start talking about trailers. Trailers do get inspected. So remember our 3 categories, or our codes for the inspection mechanic. Code 1 is for trailers 10,000 pounds or less. A category 3 license will allow you to inspect trailers that are 10,000 pounds or higher. Okay, so let's start with an easy one here. Let's go to converter gear. Well, what converter gear is the stuff that you see over the side of the highway when you're on the interstate, because they usually fly off. So right here I have a picture of a converter gear. They're usually on like a UPS truck, and most of the time they have an Illinois or some other state registration, because those states don't get inspected. But if it's registered in PA, it gets inspected in PA. So I just want to throw the definition. The one that I showed you in the picture is a 25,000 gross vehicle weight. So it's titled and registered as a 25K on that trailer. Okay? So obviously when you do inspect that, we go back to our trucker's manual here, publication 194. You will need a Class A inspection license a CDL, because that trailer is higher than 10,000 pounds. So at the 25,000 pound converter gear that I just showed you, that will get inspected by an inspection mechanic that holds a Class B inspection license. Okay, good information. So, as long as we're talking about GVW here, I want to walk you back to August 2005. This is an inspection bulletin, a safety bulletin for certain trailers. And what this states is there's a federal safety sticker. The federal safety sticker could be purchased anywhere. You could stop at any truck stop. You could purchase this sticker. It gets filled out by the vehicle owner and signed by a mechanic, any mechanic. These are very easy to buy. There's just a name, a tracking number, and then obviously the location or the mechanic that did the inspection. So right here it tells you that as of 05, certain trailers of 17,000 pounds or greater, this federal certificate of inspection will be allowed. Could you have both? Absolutely, you could have both. Let's continue on here. Let's take a walk up and look at some different types of trailers. Let's start with a full trailer. Full trailers and semi-trailers. Let me show you a picture of what would be a nice example of a full trailer. A full trailer just means it's a trailer. It's not supported by any other means. It could support itself, so it won't tip over. So that's an explanation of a full trailer. I also want to talk about semi-trailers. Obviously, semi-trailers are any trailer. Now again, these are definitions. We're not categorizing anything else. A semi-trailer is a trailer that has some or a portion of its weight supported by the tow vehicle. So it's a semi. All right. Let's talk next about a recreational trailer. Definition of recreational trailer: it's used for recreation. So, how about that? Are we looking at a recreational trailer? Let's call this one a house trailer, but this could be a type for registration of a recreational trailer. Continuing on, we're going to talk about a pole trailer. Now, we see this a lot in Pennsylvania because we have a lot of ice storms and a lot of poles collapse. So you see a lot of trailers pulling poles. That's not what we're talking about here. A pole trailer is a trailer that's adjustable by a pole. So a really good example is right here. You can see there's a pole connecting the truck tractor and the bogie in the back. So obviously the pole is adjustable, and this one's carrying pipes. So a pole trailer just means it's an adjustable or a sliding pole for the extension or the minimal extension of a trailer. When we talk about trailers, it's important to understand that in PA, a trailer that's 3,000 pounds or higher gets safety inspected. So 3,001 or up is required to have a safety inspection. So if you go to your good old Lowe's or Home Depot and you buy one of those small trailers that are parked out front, they are not required. Could you inspect it? Again, if the customer wants to pay for you to safety inspect it and reject it and log it, why not? But it won't get a sticker because it won't pass. One reason it won't pass, obviously, because of the tires. There's tires, there's no brakes. When these vehicles are sold, whether it's from Lowe's or Home Depot, they come with an MSO, or in some states they call it an MCO. So a manufacturer's certificate of origin or a manufacturer's statement of origin. These come from the manufacturer to tell you what you're buying. It's a statement. It's a legal binding document. So either one of these comes from either Home Depot or Lowe's, and they get notarized, and then you could take that and you could get that titled. You could take it to a PA notary. They could submit it on an MV1 and title this for you. But it's considered not for highway use or an off-road vehicle. But they could be titled. Okay? They're not required to be safety inspected in any county in Pennsylvania. So there's good information here. We talked about the pop-up trailers. Another trailer that I don't have a picture of here, but I just wanted to throw at you. There's pull-along trailers. They're enclosed. Cement mixers, rock crushers, shredders. It's a fully enclosed trailer. It's just the trailer is the piece of the machine. They're not even required to be registered in PA, so you don't have to have those registered. Obviously, it's not registered. The customer probably doesn't want to have it inspected. But again, you could. It just will fail. Cardboard plates. We'll quickly talk about cardboard plates in PA. Cardboard plates are used to take a vehicle to another state. They use an MV-120. If a customer comes to you with a cardboard plate and an MV-120 form that's not proof of ownership, you cannot use that to inspect the vehicle. Okay? So MV-120s are used, the form is either used for issuance of a temporary tag, transferring a tag, issuing a new tag through a temporary, or for transporting a vehicle out of state with a cardboard plate. So the cardboard plate is filled out at the notary or down at Harrisburg. So information here, don't inspect the vehicle with that stuff on it. And let's see what else we got here. Bulletin, we talked about the trailers, different types of trailers. Let's see. Looks like we're all caught up here on trailers. Again, we'll just recap what we talked about here in our quick 15-minute YouTube for number 8. We're counting down. I think we have one more module on definitions, and then we could get into the bulk of publication 45. So we could start talking about the meat and potatoes with inspecting a vehicle. We're kind of getting out of the loop with the regulatory stuff. So we talked about the email. Don't inspect the vehicle with a temporary tire. So if the little donut came in, don't inspect it. Help them out, sell them a tire, but don't pass it. We talked about a pull trailer. It's an adjustable trailer that's used for moving the load to the center. We talked about the two different types, the semi and the full. Recreational trailer, I showed you a picture of it. Utility trailer, the one that I showed you the picture of, it's a 10,004 GVW on that heavy trailer. So you're going to need a Class B CDL to do the road test portion with that. Converter gear, I showed you the same thing. 25,000 GVW on that converter gear. Most of the ones we see in Pennsylvania, like for UPS, now Amazon, they don't require inspection because they're registered in Illinois. Anything 3,000 pounds and 1 pound or higher in Pennsylvania is required for safety inspection. Trailers. And don't forget an MV-120. If they come in hanging the pink slip in your face with an MV-120, it's only used for 3 things to identify to the police. Not to identify the inspection mechanic. So it can't be used as proof of ownership. And again, the cardboard plate. If a cardboard plate comes in with that, that's not proof. So, one other thing, I got 2 more minutes to throw at you here. If a customer comes in with a trailer and it has a dealer plate, or it has a transferable, some type of transferable plate, that's not proof of ownership. That trailer could be homemade, it could be a salvage trailer, it could be stolen, whatever you got. So make sure you prove ownership with that trailer if you are going to inspect it, okay? Those transferable plates don't do anything for you. Any questions? 717-787-2895. Call PennDOT. Folks, it's been a great morning down here in Gettysburg. We'll follow up on another module on definitions, and have a great day.